When we are happy, we don't always take the time to analyze or to try to discover exactly why we feel that way. Maybe we should or could. Let's talk about it.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers. So today I'd like to ask you this key question. Why am I happy? Why are you happy? Why are any of us happy? Of course, with our critical minds, our critical nature, we might like to analyze things. A lot of the time, we get caught up analyzing why things go wrong. Of course, psychology started with Mr. Freud, and Freud was investigating these cases where people had some kind of disorder or they weren't entirely well adjusted to society. It wasn't until much, much later, many decades later, about 60 or 70 years later, a wonderful being by the name of Abraham Maslow decided to ask the question, well, we spend so much time looking at cases where things go wrong. What about where things go right? Which is a beautiful question. It's a wonderful question. Of course, led the way for positive psychology, humanist psychology, and Maslow's idea of self-actualization, like what happens when somebody decides to take control, take the reins, influence their own habits and their own character to be the kind of person they want to be. As Maslow wrote once, if I'm trying to remember the quote, if a person is to be truly happy, what he can be, he must be, which is something reflected in the interview I did the other day with Sterling Lujan, where he had this revelation like, hey, you have so much greater potential. You are smarter than anybody has ever told you. You can do amazing things. So go ahead. Go ahead and do them. But let's ask this question on a more personal level. The other day, a few weeks back, I got back from Chiapas and I was just relaxing. I sent a message to my friend Scarlett. She asked me how I was and I said, good, I'm well. I'm actually really happy. And she said, well, why are you happy? Why are you really happy? What is it? What's the condition? And I said, that's a great question. That is the question. Why am I happy? I said, well, maybe in part because I prayed and I fulfilled the request of my prayer. I received what I asked for. This journey that was not just successful, but enlightening as well. And maybe I don't know exactly why I was happy that day. That's the thing. That's why it's an eternal question. That's why this question will probably stay with me for the rest of my life. I'll still keep asking. Like even right now, I'm feeling this enjoyment in my belly. It's like between my navel and my solar plexus. This warm feeling. It's not exactly fuzzy, but it is like, the phrase comes to my mind like all encompassing. I don't I don't fully understand what that means. It's kind of soft and welcoming. Why am I happy? Of course, today I got up and I went and took a yoga class and exercised my body in some form, breathed into those different parts of me which perhaps had laid dormant for so long. And in certain moments, I almost began to cry. because I could tell that there was something so beautiful about the experience, about knowing my own body, feeling who I am. I invite you to ask, when you do have some of those moments that are pleasurable, when you feel relaxed, content, perhaps even overjoyed, overwhelmed in a good way. Why do you feel like that? Where did it come from? And like I said, you do have to be, well, you don't have to do anything. You can be a little bit gentle with this, because if we ask the question too harshly, then we might find that suddenly those positive feelings disappear because we've switched gears. We're like, okay, I was in a feeling mode. Now I change to a thinking mode, an analytical mode. So we do it gently, softly, we ask ourselves, and softly, we can maintain that wonderful, warm feeling within us, enjoying the moment, and at once discovering ourselves, discovering what truly makes us happy, what helps us be happy, allows us to be happy. What is it? I don't really know. And maybe somebody smarter than me can come up with some more answers. But for now, I leave you with that question. Why am I happy? Thank you for listening. Have a happy day. Adios.
A beautiful thought.
Thank you for listening. Thank you to everybody who is sharing this podcast with your friends, to show them the glory that you are experiencing coming along this journey with us. Happy New Year and have a wonderful day.